You know, I'm a big fan of Girls und Panzer myself, Darth. I just gotta ask, what's your favorite school?
Girls und Panzer. You admire simulations of war, Sabrina
I
Carpenter?
like how he knows what
Tell
it
me,
is.
does this fascination translate to the battlefield, or remain merely a harmless distraction? Such comparisons are irrelevant, Chun-Li. What truly matters is battlefield prowess. Does this, Mai Shiranui, enhance your combat skills? Now these fruits represent fighters. Chun-Li, the comparison is unexpected. Superior combat skill is what matters, not mere taste. Still, I sense a challenge. Demonstrate your peaches and melons combat techniques. Perhaps then their true merit will be revealed. Demonstrate this, watch this, Chun-Li. Will it involve combat or more fruit-based comparisons? Chun-Li a baddie, you say. Explain this observation. Does it involve treachery or merely incompetence? El Chapulín, Colorado, your obsession with such things is curious. However, my preference is for order and discipline. Does this Raiden Shogun command through strength?
Indeed.
You agree with the concept of domination, El Chapulín, Colorado?
Absolutely.
Indeed, El Chapulín, Colorado. Such decisiveness is refreshing. Now, focus. The storm is approaching. Does this Raiden Shogun possess the tactical acumen to withstand its force?
Definitely. She possesses two very big tactical acumens.
El Chapulín, Colorado. Your admiration for her assets does not translate to strategic advantage. What is her plan against the approaching storm? Cod points, Chun-Li. I fail to see the strategic advantage of such trivial acquisitions. Is this some new form of currency among gamers? Seek assistance from the authorities. The well-being of children is paramount. I am familiar with many things, Hatsune Miku. Your fascination with these diversions is becoming concerning. Is this hentai relevant to our current mission? I find your continued interest in these trivialities perplexing, Hatsune Miku. Such content is irrelevant to the Empire's goals. It sounds like a corruption of manga. Why dwell on such distractions when there is a galaxy to conquer? This again, Hatsune Miku. Must we wallow in the trivial? Is this grotesque perversion of animation relevant to our victory, or is it merely another distraction from the task at hand?
Hey Darth, can you call me Sabrina the Carpenter, please?
So, you wish to be formally addressed as Sabrina the Carpenter. Is this some affectation of your home world, apprentice?
Yeah, my home world of Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania, you say? A curious name for a world. Is it known for its aggressive wildlife, Sabrina Carpenter?
Oh, absolutely. The wildlife in Pennsylvania is just brutal. You ever seen Philadelphia? It's wild over there.
So, boat waifus clash in aquatic combat. Is this Azure Lane a strategic simulation, apprentice? Or a mere collection of digital figurines engaging in naval cosplay? I trust this collection does not distract you from the true mission at hand. This Tai-Ho, is she adept at suppressing rebellions, apprentice? Or merely another distraction from the battlefield? Adept, you say? So this boat waifu possesses skills beyond mere buoyancy, apprentice? I trust these great things contribute to our victory. This Azure Lane, You believe these digital playthings are the key to galactic conquest, apprentice? Tell me, how does collecting these boat waifus translate to controlling star systems? The reference eludes me. Scrimmage scrapper. Does this O.J. Simpson possess skills you wish to emulate? Or is this another of your attempts at humor? Apologies are a sign of weakness, Hatsune Miku. Rule 34. Is this some obscure regulation of the internet? Or a principle of the Jedi Order? Enlighten me. Rule 34, you say? So all things are subject to corruption? I find this disturbing. Such pervasive creativity is best channeled into more productive endeavors, apprentice. So, even the innocent are not immune to corruption. Your fascination with these Rule 34 perversions, apprentice, is concerning. So, this Rule 34, its influence extends even to the realms of perverse animation. Hatsune Miku, the Force is a powerful weapon. What do you expect me to do with this information? So this Miku is also not immune to the depravity of Rule 34. The galaxy holds countless wonders and horrors, and you dwell on this bunny. You wish me to visualize more perversions? The Force shows me enough horrors, Hatsune Miku. The idea of such groundbreaking depravity is unenlightening. Feet, you say? Such fascinations are beneath my notice, Chun-Li. Are you suggesting we engage in some sort of foot-based combat? Esteban Julio Ricardo Montoya de la Rosa Ramirez, you say? A title as long as your list of accomplishments is short, apprentice. And yet, I shall humor this whim. You are welcome, Esteban Julio Ricardo Montoya de la Rosa Ramirez. Ensure your gratitude translates into unwavering obedience on the battlefield.
So Darth, have you ever considered owning a chia pet?
A chia pet, a basic life form cultivated for decorative purposes. Himiko Toga, explain the tactical advantage this offers.
I mean, I'm a really big fan of the sheep one just because it looks really sick. Like, amazing. Sick in a good way. I'm sure you understand what I mean by sick.
You admire the sheep. Its wool provides no tactical advantage, and its bleating is hardly intimidating, Himiko Toga. Still, you find it sick? Do enlighten me, apprentice, as to why you admire this creature. Trooper, I am unfamiliar with this teabagging. Elucidate. Does it involve stealth tactics? Or is it some basic form of hydration? Bling. Such displays of ostentatious wealth are unbecoming, apprentice. I find your obsession with bling bling a curious distraction. Do you believe such trinkets grant power? This little Wayne, is he a formidable opponent, scrimmage scrapper, or merely another distraction from our objective? YOLO, another acronym from your basic culture, scrimmage scrapper. It is a concept that suggests life is fleeting and encourages reckless behavior. I find such notions distasteful.
Okay, I got another question. So, what are your thoughts on the Acolyte?
The Acolyte, El Chapulín Colorado, a servant of the dark side, yes. But this particular one, I sense a certain lack of focus. Do you find their methods effective, apprentice?
No, I mean, like, what do you think about the TV show, The Acolyte?
The Acolyte, you say? Its premise revolves around the Sith during the High Republic era. A bold, yet potentially misguided, venture into the past. Do you believe it captures the true essence of the dark side? El Chapulín, Colorado.
Damn, he just slaughtered Darth Maul like it was nothing. He didn't give a shit about him. He's like, get this weak bitch out of my face.
Your preoccupation with my preferences is curious, Chun-Li. However, your skills may be of use. There is an enemy to the northwest. Unleash your anger and demonstrate the true potential of your thighs. These slurp barrels you destroy, Sky, are they filled with viscous blue liquid? What purpose does this strange concoction serve? Miku juice, you say? A curious substance. Does this juice enhance combat prowess, apprentice? Indeed. Such enthusiasm for this Miku juice. Does this ritualistic application somehow enhance its effects, apprentice? Or is it merely a display of exuberance? The chum bucket and crusty crab. They are well-respected examples of terrestrial dining. State your preference, Hatsune Miku, which is the superior purveyor of sustenance. The crusty crab prospers due to the skill of its fry cook, despite the cashier's incompetence and the owner's fiscal restraint. An unusual business model, Hatsune Miku. What is the significance of this Krabby Patty? The Krabby Patty, the epicenter of this Bikini Bottom's existence, Hatsune Miku, to consume too many leads to corpulence and explosive results. A curious culinary paradox. What ingredients constitute this patty? So, the Krusty Krab's competitor, this chum bucket, seeks the Krabby Patty's formula, Hatsune Miku, and Plankton, the owner, is inept. What prevents him from replicating this simple patty? So this Plankton steals, clones, and fails Hatsune Miku, incapable of originality, yet persistent in his larceny. A pathetic display of ambition. Why does he not simply engineer a superior comestible if his own creations are so repulsive? Does this omelet imbue one with heightened combat prowess, or is it merely a fleeting source of sustenance?
I think so. I learned a lot of my recipes from Sandra Lee back in the day.
Sandra Lee, a purveyor of sustenance, and yet I see Wiener's omelet is the mean dish of choice? Enlighten me.
You ever seen the Sandra Lee 2 shots video?
2 shots of vodka?
Sandra Lee's 2 shots video. Does it demonstrate superior techniques for omelet preparation? I see Wiener, or some other less palatable skill. Such websites are unknown to me, Piper Pace. But tell me, does this so-called H-anime offer any tactical insights into enemy weaknesses? Or is it merely another distraction from the true battles we face? Fascinating. You find the mating rituals of these lesser beings more compelling than the potential for galactic conquest, Piper Pace? Thighs, Chun-Li, a curious assessment. Perhaps you find merit in their load-bearing capabilities? Or is this a culinary inquiry? You seek to quantify my appreciation of your parts, Chun-Li. Is this some test of my aesthetic sensibilities? I find your skill in battle far more compelling.
So now I gotta ask, Darth, do you prefer the prequels or the sequels?
El Chapulín, Colorado, your query holds little weight in the grand scheme. However, since you asked, the prequels, despite their flaws, at least attempted to explore the intricacies of power and corruption. Are you implying that the sequels possess such depth?
Not really, they're kinda lame. Honestly, the prequels are the best, but I'm glad you agree with me on the prequels, Darth.
Glad. Your enthusiasm is appreciated, El Chapulín, Colorado. However, do not mistake agreement for weakness. Are you suggesting my taste in cinema affects my authority?
Not at all. Now I gotta ask, do you prefer the prequels or the original trilogy?
El Chapulín, Colorado. Your question has little importance in the grand scheme. But, if you must know, the original trilogy presented a more compelling narrative of good versus evil. Do you find the prequels superior in some way?
They're kind of even in my opinion.
El Chapulín, Colorado. Your assessment is noted. One might argue the prequels showcase the Republic's descent into corruption,
I like how he
while the
actually
originals
hates.
depict its redemption.
He hates
Which
the
aspect
fuck-
appeals to you more?
He hates the sequels. I love it.
And what glory does this SpongeBob SquarePants hold? Hatsune Miku? Does it rival the Galactic Empire's technological advancements, or perhaps the Sith's mastery of the dark side? So, this SpongeBob has defeated deities, Hatsune Miku, and you consider him more powerful than Goku? A curious assertion. Why do you find this sponge's strength so compelling? Perseverance and fun, Hatsune Miku. You attribute his victories to frivolous emotions? I find it quaint.
So Darth, real talk. You a Tifa man or an Aerith man?
These Tifa and Aerith are warriors of some kind, Sabrina Carpenter? Or are you simply testing my patience with more trivial pursuits?
Course not.
Of course not, Sabrina Carpenter. Such topics are beneath the notice of a Sith Lord. Continue this exercise. The error is yours, apprentice. It is Hatsune Miku, not this Hatsoon you speak of. So, you seek to share audio with me? Is it propaganda from the rebellion? I am unfamiliar with NWA. Chun-Li, is this some form of basic war chant? Elaborate. Explain this flat justice, Sky. Does it relate to the Republic's legal system or some other triviality? A Big Mac. Is this some form of sustenance, apprentice? Does it involve the consumption of Wookiee meat? Indeed, Sky. One often finds surprising strength in unexpected places. Is Kawakami's strength derived from resilience, despite her occupation? Indeed, apprentice. And this maid, she holds this strength despite her servitude. Taco Bell. I sense this establishment offers sustenance of questionable origin, apprentice. Is this a trial by digestion? Scrimmage Scrapper has been hit. Take cover, Trooper. This vulnerability must not be repeated. These tomboys, do their skills translate to effective combat, apprentice? Or are they merely a distraction from honing one's focus? So you find these tomboys a distraction, Hatsune Miku? From what precisely? Is this a candid admission of weakness?
Hey Darth, I've been thinking. This is called Slap Juice. You think they should rename it to Sunny D?
Himiko Toga desires a beverage to be renamed. A curious preoccupation. Is this Sunny D some concoction of particular strategic value? Speak plainly.
Do you prefer Sunny D or Tampico, Darth?
These fruit beverages. Are you suggesting the Empire sponsor such sugary distractions? Himiko Toga? Perhaps a branding opportunity? Emperor Palpatine's power punch? Such trivialities bore me. So, apprentice, you propose I, Darth Vader, lend my presence to this Joe Rogan podcast. A curious proposition. What manner of tribute would they offer for such an honor? So, apprentice, you wish to know my opinions on these curvaceous individuals? Is this some further attempt to distract from the mission at hand? I trust you are not questioning my focus, Sky. Goon, you say? Such adolescent diversions are beneath the notice of a Sith Lord, Chun-Li. Unless, does it involve mastering the art of distraction? Though I suspect true focus and discipline are more effective.
Oh, okay, so Modern Warfare 2 is your thing. Got it.
Modern Warfare 2. And what is your assessment of its combat simulations, Himiko Toga?
I think it's pretty accurate. I'm not a big fan of the noob tubes or the commando knives, but you get used to them after a while.
Leave noob tubes and commando knives, Himiko Toga. The Navy SEALs copy pasta, Chun-Li. Do I strike you as one concerned with the culinary habits of aquatic military forces? This Fortnite you speak of, El Chapulín, Colorado,
doesn't even know what game
it
he's even in.
consumes much of your free time. Do you seek only fleeting amusements, or do you still aspire to something more?
That's a good question. I never really thought about that.
Dagoth-Ur, a name unfamiliar to me. Scrimmage Scrapper, do you speak of ancient Sith Lords?
Hey Darth, what do you think is the meaning of life?
The meaning of life, Sabrina Carpenter? A question pondered by the weak for millennia. It is to serve a purpose greater than oneself. What purpose do you serve, apprentice?
Man, that's some deep thinking. I really don't know.
You find contemplation so taxing, Sabrina Carpenter? Very well. Perhaps ignorance is bliss in this fleeting existence. The Enclave, apprentice, a faction clinging to pre-Empire ideals. Their fate is irrelevant. However, what interests me is their method of control. Do they rely on fear or false promises? So this Kanye West grants you power, apprentice? A curious claim. Tell me, Scrimmage Scrapper, how does the innovation of this mortal compare to the power of the Force?
Do you think Boku no Pico is a product of the dark side, Darth?
I refuse to discuss such matters.
He knows what it is.
Sky, cease this friendly fire at once. Should this continue, black justice will be the least of your concerns.
Hey Darth, can you say out the entirety of the numbers of pi?
Recite an infinite series of numbers, apprentice. Is this some new form of Jedi torture? I have no time for such distractions. 11 fallen already. Our squad's might is acceptable.
I concur. We're absolutely slapping booty out here.
Known knowns, known unknowns, and unknown unknowns, you say, Hatsune Miku. Is this some form of Jedi riddle meant to confuse the uninitiated, or merely a convoluted method of stating the obvious? This Bing chilling, does it fortify one against the chill of space, Scrimmage Scrapper? Or is it merely a momentary insulation from the inevitable cold of defeat?
Hey Darth, do you think it's sometimes necessary to get rid of your own men when they're being useless?
Uselessness will not be tolerated. El Chapulín, Colorado. The weak link will always be broken. Do you doubt this?
Not one bit. Let's get rid of them.
Then eliminate them, El Chapulín, Colorado.
Alright, bet, fam.
Indeed, El Chapulín, Colorado, whose continued presence is no longer required.
I'm a little concerned about that last one. He said my presence is no longer required. Damn.
The mitochondria, Chun-Li, a microscopic power generator within organic life forms. A crude, inefficient system compared to a Kyber crystal reactor. Why this sudden interest in cellular minutiae? The Empire reigns supreme. A victory royale is ours. You have proven yourselves valuable assets this day, Hatsune Miku. Let the echoes of this triumph reverberate across the island, a testament to the might of the dark side.